think that's kind of the main things. And anything you got questions about? That kind of covers anything you're wondering.
I don't remember where I am anymore. Like,
you're underground with the,
am I still underground?
Because
I know that I was talking about I had left left our big buddy to figure things out. He couldn't fit,
and so he went wandering the catacombs. He was either going to wander the catacombs, or if he worst came to worst, him and Ursula were just going to crank boulders until they freed themselves. And
right.
He just gave you the salute and parted ways.
That's right. Okay,
and
I thought so. I just hearing both sides of the story, I didn't remember if I was there or not. So.
I think that I might have said that you had come out, but I'd love to kind of revisit that, go back to where you're kind of down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I found I've got Soren's Valor 2 pieces now, so
yeah.
I've got the Soren's Conviction and the Steel Will, I believe.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Doing good.
Yes, and I think that during your time that you kind of spend down there, they kind of help you recoup, and you learn a little bit about their little underground network.
Yeah.
They mostly live in this kind of tunnel system. For what you can tell, it's like there are highways and byways of tunnels that could get you to a lot of different places on this continent. But they kind of keep you. They help you to not get lost. They don't let you go. They don't let you get on the on ramp.
Yeah,
they definitely make sure to help you out. And the little Ratman that kind of sticks with you and has kind of been assigned to be your guide is Swissy.
Okay, Swissy.
Yep.
Okay. And
so he's just kind of kept you from don't go down that way and that kind of stuff, and just showing you around. Or it's easy to get turned around because you're underground. There's no sun, or north, south, east, west is really easy to get confused with. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you end up just asking like, hey, can we go back to where's the main hall? Where's the I'm hungry. Can we go eat at the mess hall or something?
I'd be a dead man without Swissy.
Without Swissy, yes, yeah. They all, I guess, kind of look up to you because you're kind of this a little bit prophesied character.
Yeah.
From their deity. They don't serve Helm.
Right.
But Helm was kind of talking to you. They kind of there's like a facet of Helm that's in their deity, and they call him Coolrot. Coolrot. Okay. And he's a lot like a little Ratman deity. Yeah. But definitely this protector, defensive, stalwart kind of figure.
Sure.
And that's kind of their MO, right? They hole up underground. They really, really turtle up. They don't go out unless they've covered their bases and kind of protected. They do what they need to do, get resources, whatever they need, from above, and then they make sure everything's kind of safe and hidden.
Okay.
And they are the ones that have this bubble, especially in their cities. Maybe not every tunnel is covered like this, but their cities are covered in these spheres of magical protection against scrying. So because they know divination magic, the demons could maybe find them out that way. Yeah. And so they do that to keep themselves hidden. And it's something that is permanent. They've set it up and it's just in place. Yeah. But you figured out that that's what's kind of jamming your collar.
Gotcha.
The messaging is maybe not scrying, but like that type of thing.
We're in a Faraday cage of magic.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, it's good. And I think so. Do you think there's anything that you're probably down here for like 4 or 5 days?
Enjoy your time. We'll just be fighting a black dragon.
Yeah.
I'll be working on my reverse suntan.
Yeah. I mean, you come up just like. Just
go
pale, just ghostly white. You come up It's for a second you're worried that it's the vampirism.
Yeah.
But you come up into the light and it just starts searing your skin
Oh,
immediately.
yeah.
But it's just because you've gone
It's
so
literally
pale.
just almost translucent.
Yeah.
Wow, Victor, you're looking pale.
Yeah, but you can see all my veins, right? Like, vascular.
Yeah, he's really drying out. I think there are a few of these. Maybe some of them. It's not hard to glean that like everywhere you go, if you walk around their main hall area, they're kind of whispering in their little rat language and abyssal sometimes.
I can't understand them.
The abyssal you can
Abyssal
understand.
I can.
They speak a few different languages. When they want to talk to you, they can talk
Oh,
in common.
I can understand abyssal since I got bit. That's right.
You get
I start
bits
to-
and pieces.
yeah,
You kind of
catch it.
hear them. You know,
Yep.
like you hear their murmurs of like the one that Kolrat is sending them to protect them and
Okay.
like the leader figure, but they're also like taken off guard by the fact that so they tried to divine, if you were kind of this one.
Yeah. That's
with
right.
with the magical
whole
device.
thing. Yeah.
But you blew it up. You done blowed it up because you're kind of some portion of you is becoming part demonic vampire, and some portion of you is still your
Wholesome self.
wholesome self.
Yeah.
And it was I think the insignia on your mace that kind of really
I
helped.
showed them my family crest, and they were like, wait.
And they maybe made them feel a little bit unsure at first, but like the more that now that they see you've bonded to both of these pieces of armor, they see that you kind of fit the bill. It's maybe like not how they were expecting it to be fulfilled, but they're more and more kind of coming to terms that like, whoa, it's kind of going down now.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a time when one of them comes up to you and says, or no, Swissy maybe is kind of talking. He kind of has a little aside. He says, a lot of my people are kind of looking up to you now. Like we think that we've waited for a long time for this. This is exciting.
Yeah.
We don't have to hide in the shadows anymore. Now we can fight the demons too. And he kind of fills you in as he's talking about one of their little Ratmen that they kind of keep under their wing. They kind of look out for, and they said this other Ratman, Ratkin, Pipsqueak, he wants to challenge you to an arm wrestle.
Okay.
And as a little bit of he wants to kind of test you a little bit.
My arms are much longer than yours.
Yeah. He says, yeah, I know. He says, Pipsqueak is just, we've kind of taken him under our wing, and he also, as he's grown up, he, in his own ways, he kind of looks out for us. And I think it would mean something to him, if you. This would be something I think in his mind it would really prove that you're this chosen one. Do you think you can? Take him?
Yeah, I think I can.
Awesome.
Yeah. No claws though.
No, it's no claws. It's arm wrestling.
Yeah. Just make sure he doesn't dig his claws into my hands. I don't like cheaters. That's all I'm saying.
No cheating involved.
Okay, good.
Cheating is just not something I don't think Pipsqueak could figure out how to cheat.
Okay.
It's just not in his blood.
Got it.
And let's do. So you I don't even have the. Yes, I do. Here you are.
Yeah.
I knew I was better than that. You're there in the mess hall, and Swissy goes and tells Mazer. Mazer's their leader. Their Ratkin front man, and he kind of announces to everybody that Pipsqueak has wanted to challenge you in this regard as like a trial of strength. to hopefully further prove and
solidify their faith.
In you. Yeah, it's definitely kind of rising, but it's something he just would like to do.
Yeah. Bring him on in.
And so there are a couple of Ratmen that walk up to you.
Their arms are much longer than mine are.
Much longer. There's a lot of these little Ratmen that are.
I didn't know you had some big brothers.
Yeah, they say well, Pipsqueak wants to arm wrestle you. Are you ready?
Which one? Pipsqueak is which one now?
That's Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak. And it's a little confusing at first, and after a little bit of back and forth of like crazy confusion.
I think I didn't understand your language.
Yeah, in the Ratkin culture,
the ant doesn't
they
really...
look at twins as being one single entity.
Okay.
And so Pipsqueak is actually a twin brother situation.
Okay. So.
And that's why Swissy was like, no, listen, he says, this is gonna go a long ways to really help bolster morale around here. Don't lose the Pipsqueak. Show him the biz. He's kind of a simple man, but I mean he's not gonna hold back just for you. He really wants to test your strength.
No, that's totally it's gonna be easy.
So you walk up and you set your arm out there.
I just don't want to hurt him.
And the one, and it is a little eerie about like how in step they are with each other. They're really in tune.
They play off each other very well.
Yeah, it's and sometimes they're very fluidly like asking a question and the one stops and the other finishes it. I mean, without a hiccup at all.
Yeah.
Just kind of interesting, and you can tell he's kind of a little bit of like a brute Ratman.
Okay.
To where his speech was
Ratman.
I'm Ratman.
In their eyes.
I'm Ratman.
I'm Ratman. I'm Ratman. They practice just going lower.
Where's Rachel?
And lower and lower. And so you sit down at the table and the Pip comes up and puts his arm out, and you lock, and then Squeak comes up and wraps his arm.
I was hoping this wouldn't happen. I was hoping to be like,
on the other side.
Okay.
Now they are still Ratmen, and so you are a highly leveled adventurer. So even though they are a little bigger than you, when you walk up to them, there's pluses and minuses here on both sides.
I put one hand behind my back and pull a piece of cheese out of my pocket just in case I need to cause a distraction.
Cause distraction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Perfect. Yeah. Swissy hands you. You kind of just open up the palm behind your back, and Swissy drops a little cheese in there.
Yeah. Just in case.
He said, "Yeah, don't you dare, Liz." And
have they been tested for PEDs?
Yeah, absolutely not. They have, and they've failed horribly.
It was more of a confirmation than
it wasn't.
A check to see if they were.
They were disappointed to find that you tested negative.
Oh,
I guess you're on the vampire juice.
This is true, and that's no joke.
I will give you an inspiration to kind of go through this trial. Use it at your discretion.
Is this going to be a?
This is an athletics contest.
Okay.
So.
Oh, too bad Dangle's not there.
Well, I've got +3 to athletics.
Are you super strong? Oh no, you're.
Yeah, I got that belt of giant strength.
Yeah, that's right. He's so. You would step up to the plate and just snap their arm at the elbow. And so this is all one arm wrestle.
Yep.
But let's do
multiple efforts.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
So let's do this. We're going to use these as a delineation here. That so in the middle, this white dice is where we start. And I'm going to say the white D20 is where you're at.
Okay.
So when you win a contest, you get closer, and when you get to the end and win one, you've bested them.
Okay.
And if you lose one, you go one back towards them.
Okay.
Sound cool?
Yep. Okay.
Alrighty. Strength athletics. You got athletic skill? I really
Yeah,
hope you
I've
do.
got +3 to athletics. Yeah.
Cool.
And
Well, on top of you're skilled in it? You're proficient too, right?
I'm not proficient. Just +3. My proficiency is in persuasion, survival.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I know. I picked the wrong ones.
It's
but...
all good.
All right.
Okay. They're looking at an 11.
I got a 2.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, do you want to?
Am I adding my AC? Or no? This is a athletics
Nope.
check. I'm looking for anything, man. I'm looking
What's your
for.
AC doing?
I'm looking for anything at all.
Can I add?
Any of these numbers?
Can I-
30? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add my fire damage? Can I smite this? Do you want to use your inspiration, or you let that one go?
I'll let that one go.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay,
other
go.
way around.
Okay.
You bring it back. So they start off
Yeah.
even on you. You bring it back. That's a 19.
It's a 3.
Back and forth. This is gonna be the night, gentlemen.
We stalemated
Thanks for
there.
coming, Dangle.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I've
Pretty
been
good.
+3.
No, you got +3.
Yeah.
Boom. Bring it
Okay.
back, and it's getting. Well, that one was really tough. Okay.
The crowd's just going
We're gonna
nuts.
spend the whole game. 21.
Dang it.
Oh no!
I
Uh-oh.
gotta stop
No,
rolling
no.
on these cards too.
Don't
'cause
do it.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
Oh, man.
Heave.
Oh, man. Oh.
That's all right. Okay.
Pip, squeak, pip, squeak.
The pip squeak, pip squeak. It's
You're the
cool.
new
That's out of 3?
It's still cool. Yeah, it's still cool. They
I got owned like so bad.
it's all good. It's
I don't even think my modifier would have helped there. I mean I used that to see if I
Okay.
could
Oh,
counteract
gotcha.
that nat
Cool.
20.
You're good. It's something to where, hey, there are still some now that kind of question.
Well, I'll fight those people that question.
Yeah. There's still
Come on over.
a core group, like there's Mazer and Swissy and
They're all just lining up to arm wrestle you now.
yeah, they're all now they're like, I want to try.
I'm going to take on Jesus.
Yeah, and and there's just a small faction now that's kind of still doesn't quite. They're just not sure. They're not hostile to you.
Sure.
But they're just kind of like, this guy, he's got demon blood, and even Pipsqueak here to do it. They're like, I don't know. But at the same time, when they bring up those concerns, other people are like, did you see he brought that mace here. He did not get that from us. What are the odds that he would, and there's just this back and forth. But definitely the Ratmen that are the powers that be, in their minds, they've kind of counseled up, and they are kind of behind you.
Okay.
So, starting out, I think there's maybe just not quite as many Ratmen that are willing to come along with you.
Okay.
But the rest of them are not hostile towards you. They're just looking for a little more affirmation.
Yep.
But Pip and Squeak there's a lot of back and forth. They struggled on it,
Yeah.
and they're impressed. They're not
impressed.
they're not disappointed. They're
Yeah.
impressed.
I was the first one to actually put up a fight against them, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like I say, they're not the brightest. They're just there's some giant Ratman mutated brute kind of thing. So
Got it. All right. Well, good job, guys.
good job. Good.
Yeah.
Good talk.
GG.
Good talk. Good talk. I wish my AC was higher.
Well.
So I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, Is there anything else that you think, any interactions that you think happen while you're with the Ratman, or anything you'd love, like story-wise for Victor, or you feel cool?
Rat brothel.
Where is your closest rat brothel?
They look at you in horror.
No, nothing that I
Nothing
can think
particular.
of. No. I say, hey, get a couple beers and me, we'll do a rematch someday.
Cool. Yep. Yeah, they take it in stride. It's not like a, there's cheers when Pip and Squeak win, but they kind of know too that they're pretty big, big rats. Swissy just takes you to wherever you would like to go.
All right.
So you don't even have to go by the. You can kind of tell me where you wanna. Where would you like to go from here?
I'd like their help with getting my friends out of the from behind those boulders that I left them behind.
Oh, you and Swissy go back?
Yeah, I go back and grab what's his face?
You go back into the tunnels, and that spot is still caved in, and you don't see Uthal or Ursula in the prison area.
Okay, so they apparently have gotten themselves out of there, or they were eaten and completely
Or they're
devoured.
dead, or yeah. Yep.
Okay, well,
he feels better suited in the tunnels. So if you want to go somewhere, he probably wants to lead you back down into the tunnels and get somewhere. So, well,
sure.
where do you want to go now?
Do you guys have any holy documents about what's his name?
Have you heard the good word of Kulrat today?
Kulrat. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's...
Kulrat gave us these golden plates many ages ago.
Golden?
And he inscribed on them
I don't care about the golden.
methods by which we should live our lives.
Golden, you say?
Yes. No. They definitely have like some writings, and the trouble is they're maybe like in both their Ratkin language and their Abyssal.
Okay.
So they probably give you a copy of the Abyssal.
Yeah.
And they give you this, honking set of scrolls in a scrolled case that you can kind of sling over your shoulder and take them with you.
Okay.
It's a lot of material. You probably kind of want to study it in some downtime.
Sure.
Different things, or if you kind of know what you're looking for.
Yeah. I'm just looking for any clues to where any other parts of my set are, or where my family is from.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Because I'm guessing that I don't remember if my side of the family followed Helm or not. I just know that that I was mainly with Wingard as my mentor, but
there's a lot of writings that they have that seem to be maybe like guiding principles and like hymns of protection and defense.
Okay.
About them being kind of turtle up underground and everything.
Yeah.
But a lot of it are these writings that this shard of Helm through Kulrat has given the rat people.
Okay.
So the audience of their writings is kind of the rat people, but maybe here and there's a little bit of this. I hate to say full-on prophecy, but there are like writings from Kulrat saying that they're a lot of their religion or devotion to Kulrat is kind of around holding up here, keeping it well protected until this warrior of Kulrat comes to lead them.
Okay.
And so it's not so much like an all or nothing kind of thing, but they definitely are kind of looking to you like, oh, this could be it. And if you do fail, it seems like Kulrat, this will keep happening until they. So if it isn't through you, they are kind of looking to maybe in the future there will be another warrior of Kulrat.
Yeah. Is there any other way that I can prove them that I'm worthy of this like legend that I'm supposed to fulfill?
Yeah, they will be kind of watching you. The proof is in the pudding. The more you stick it to the demons, the more they'll probably get behind you. They are the same way that Helm is kind of a stoic, like, grit and just do it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They are like show me people. Like if
Okay.
they see you, rallying and just putting away demons, it's gonna every step of the way kind of bolster.
Well,
okay, it's something we can get behind.
Then let's get to that. I'd
Nice.
like to get some of the people, some of the ratkin that do have faith in me,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
let's
the
go on
other
a
thing.
let's go on a hunting raid.
I think Swissy says, I'm gonna follow you in the shadows. He says they trust me. They know I would not lie. He says even those that doubt will trust my word. And he says, and I'm not gonna lie to them on your behalf. He says I'll tell them if I see you, whatever heroic feats I see you do, I will relay to them.
All right.
And whatever failures, I will report as well.
Let's find ourselves.
You seem, from his perspective, he says you seem to also serve Kolrot.
Right.
He says you understand that integrity and honesty is paramount.
Yeah.
And an important thing for us. So
I eat that
you have
piece
nothing.
of cheese that he gave me earlier.
yeah. Oh, he forgot. Good. So I think you maybe crop up somewhere, and once you get out into the tunnels, you're good on the mic.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's maybe leading you to. Do you think he starts guiding you back to your old cave hideout?
Okay.
The seaside cave hideout.
They know where that is. Okay. I didn't know that.
You can direct them. Sorry.
Okay.
They've got a network, and you kind of point.
We're in
on a
this
map,
general direction.
You're able to say, "I'd love to get kind of over here," and he says,
Yeah.
"Well, I can bring you out here." So
Okay.
I think that. Just kind of assuming. I think that's something maybe Victor that's where he would start.
Yeah.
But now you're at a spot where you're getting closer out there and you can get on the mic.
Okay. Yep.
So
Hey,
you're free to actually
breaker,
break your one.
guys.
New
So
collar, who dis?
I thought you did, man.
not dead. Got myself some new friends here that
We fought a dragon,
yeah.
and we beat it.
You beat it. Okay, good.
Can I rock one of those donuts, mate?
How are things going
Too good.
with our dead witch or our vampire girlfriend lady that we've gotten some perpetual sleep?
Is she still with us?
She's still with you?
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Still frozen. Good.
She's still staked.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, she's still staying.
I'm on my way to our hideout.
Yeah,
you guys,
no, don't go there.
No.
No, we had to fight fake Derek
Oh,
there, and he knows where that is now.
Fake
so
Derek.
It's probably crawling.
I don't
with
think you
demons.
know about
I don't know who Fake Derek is. I had a feeling.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you do. No,
yeah,
you do.
you
You went
saw
through the
Derek.
prison with them. I'm sorry.
Was that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And they left
sorry.
with yeah. So
You
fought,
were there for the battle, but
You fought Fake Derek. How did that go? You obviously are alive.
We're alive.
Where is he?
We're alive. He got away, so
Okay.
that place is probably being watched. You don't want to go there.
Yeah. So where are you guys? Where can I go?
they're in the north. They're in this marshy, swampy kind of forest.
Okay.
And so, easy enough to kind of direct him. You kind of give him the
We're in
Yeah.
a big swamp.
Big swamp.
There's swamp everywhere.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll change course and head your way then. I've got a ratkin friend here, who's
A what?
he's a rat person. He's a ratkin. His name is Swiss, and he's a pretty cool guy. Just kind of they helped me find a piece of my armor, and they are kind of in the same vein as me religiously, and they seem like some pretty stand up rats. And so I'm thinking they might be able to help us resist this I don't know, the terrible regime that we're trying to overthrow. So
a lot of blood.
Gotcha.
yeah,
So
the Brotherhood of Blood.
So while we were risking our lives
I
fighting
was
a black dragon,
I was arm wrestling giant
we
rats
were
and making friends.
Making friends with. Okay, just want to make sure.
Just
Yeah.
Make sure.
Fearless
Yeah.
leader.
And
commands respect.
Dear Cyrus.
Yeah.
getting a great loss of my tan.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see the sun again. So yeah, okay. So we head to the swamp.
Yeah, totally cool.
We're gonna go there.
And
I'm gonna
Thank
avoid
gosh, Rebecca, they had me filling out so much paperwork.
yeah,
paperwork. I love
I love
paperwork.
it. You're good at it. Yeah, you're actually good.
Yeah.
They kind of show you around. They've kind of got set up here. It's the streets are kind of flooded.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in like 1 or 2 foot of water. It's kind of standing water. It doesn't seem to be flowing or anything.
If I jump like people 5 feet away from me can feel me landing.
Yeah.
Mushy ground.
Yes, yeah, it's soggy in a lot of places, and the roads, like, looks like a really old village, kind of cobblestone. Wherever there's roads, there's enough water that's kind of, it's not enough to, like, row a boat in, but you can see where the roads would go because they're flooded.
Water,
they're clear, and there's just water there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, clear of trees and, like, stuff like that. So you can kind of see where they would go. And there's older kind of decrepit buildings and towers. This is not that place.
Okay.
But, you get there and...
Did Swiss stay in the tunnels? Is he willing to walk around with me, or...?
He kind of just shadows you.
Okay.
So he's there if you really want to talk to him.
Yeah.
But his job is not so much to get into the fray with you. He thinks he can better serve you by hanging back. He's a really stealthy little rat man.
Okay.
And he's going to document your feats and report back to the rat kin at times.
Okay.
So you probably introduce him to everybody.
Yeah.
But he kind of is happy to, if you're like in town and stuff, he's happy to kind of stick to your side. But but like when you're out in combat and stuff, he's not going to be jumping around in combat. He's going to be, lurking in the shadows and kind of watching.
All right, sounds good.
For now.
Yep.
And so there's a couple of things. I think that Derek probably, real Derek. So for what it's worth, Derek he's kind of a broken man, and he's not, he's been out of fighting shape for so long and just kind of tortured and everything for years now.
PTSD.
Yeah, he's pretty beat up mentally and emotionally and physically, and he's, in time recouping, but he's not looking to jump back into captain's spot right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right.
She's been talking since she woke up. Daddy, talk of people. Daddy, talk of people. She wanted to come talk of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she was very upset when the door was closed.
Hi.
And I don't think
Do you
she
wanna
would have
say hi?
settled.
Hi,
Do you
Linnea.
want to say hi?
She wouldn't have settled until she came to talk of people.
That's okay. You want to talk to some people?
How are you?
What's up?
Shrug. I'm alright.
I'm alright. I mean, I didn't really want to talk to you guys.
I just wanted to be part of things a little
Yeah.
bit. Look at all your hair.
Yeah.
You
it's
got a
really
long
It's like
hair.
a tangled mess. We gotta.
Yeah.
We were talking like we need to get real shampoo.
I found some, got some shampoo. I
Cool.
brought it in the bathroom. I'll try to do it today.
Do you see Daddy's game?
I like your shirt. Curious George is cool.
Curious George.
I like Curious
We
George.
begin with one.
Huh?
We begin with one.
Are you trying to recite the book?
The book. There's a D&D book. It's accounting.
Oh,
It says
yeah.
we begin with one dungeon master.
That's right.
So
I have
she'll-
those
she'll
books.
oh yeah, aren't they the best?
They
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
they
yeah.
are really good.
So you may be kind of, I'm going to say, we're going to pivot to Dangle for a second. You may be kind of meet up with Sandy and Talia, and she may be repaired, maybe some minor repairs to your armor or anything. Just make sure it's all up to snuff, and she oils your new plate armor and everything.
I look at Dangle and I'm like, so they too, oh yeah, nice, good for them.
It's in the works.
We all saw her boobs though.
Oh, dang it! How were they?
Well, okay, sorry. Yeah, I do have to tell
Whoa.
you. So I do have to say this. Though.
We gotta
It's
go.
too hilarious. So to fill you in, fake Derek was a changeling. obviously.
I was there for that, where she made
Oh yeah, that's
Dangle
right.
pass out, or she made not Dangle.
She made Randy.
Randy.
You were there for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, not
Okay.
even Randy. Yeah,
Sandy.
Sandy
Yeah.
pass out.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, that was just too.
Yes.
It was too funny. Too
But
funny.
I wasn't there as my character. I just remember being there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost track of which you were and weren't here
Yeah.
for. And so you kind of maybe spend a little time kind of seeing them and catching up a little bit. And Derek tells you that Wadsworth was wanting to see you.
Oh, good.
And so I think you come up on Wadsworth, and he's got a few tables set up out in the open, because it's this dragon. It's huge. So he's maybe taken over a tower and just kind of put some of his alchemical implements and stored some of his scrolls and different things in there. And out in front, it's like this dragon butcher shop of different tables where he's kind of got a few alchemical experiments running on the dragon and different things. And you see him, you come up from behind him, and he's kind of got two sending stones magically kind of hovering kind of right around his ears. And he's especially for Wadsworth's age, he's more spry and upbeat and happy than you've ever seen him.
Let that dragon blood.
Yeah, and he's going from table to table. He's taking maybe measurements and kind of looking up, flip, looking through his scrolls, and he's got these sending stones on. And the whole time he's sitting there, and you get up close and you hear him just rolling about demons, gonna smash a demon's face, gonna bust a demon's skull, gonna put him in its place. And
I
he's
mage
just-
hand the sending stones right out of his
You're
ears.
smash- Oh,
What did you want?
Master Dangle, I wanted to see you. I've been working on a little something here. Let me find it. Where did I put it? And he lifts up like the leg of the dragon. Here it is. And he hands you
A dragon
little
piece.
something a little magical something he's whipped up. He hands you this gauntlet, and the gauntlet is made out of the dragon's jaw.
Oh.
So you almost, it looks like when you put this thing on, it looks like the dragon's mouth is kind of coming off of your hand.
Oh.
And instead of the tongue, he has fastened like a dragon scale whip that comes out of the mouth. And then at the end, there are three claws from the dragon's forelimb. So it's made out of all these dragon parts, but it's anatomically been rearranged
Yeah.
to suit your needs. And it's a magical whip. And he tells you, the way I'd say this works is the mechanic I put on this thing is it regains 2 charges at dawn, and you can expend one of the charges to get advantage on an attack roll. So even if you're not invisible or if you don't have allies, you could maybe get a sneak attack off with this because it's a finesse weapon.
Nice.
And the thing that I think what happens is every morning at dawn, if one or both of the eyes are closed, they both open on the
That's
face.
so cool.
And when you expend a charge, one of the eyes closes.
Nice.
So that's how
Nice.
that works.
Nice.
Yep.
Wadsworth, you've been very competent.
Thank you, Master Tank.
Wow.
He's been looking for your approval for like so long, and he's like a single tear, but his voice, it's hard to tell if it cracks or if he's just still really old. Because his voice kind of always has that warble, but he says, "Thank you, Mr. Tangle." He says, I'm very excited to continue working with this dragon. I think there are many magical implementations that we can execute and
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got it. I got it.
excellent.
I got it. Wadsworth. You just keep making stuff like this.
If we keep this up, we can really turn this into a war. For so long we've been fighting guerrilla tactics.
You want more dragons? I can get you more dragons.
I'd love more dragons.
Don't.
I'll get to
It's
work
hard.
looking on where the other dragon lords are living. But I've been divining all this last week, and there aren't any more on this continent. This seems to be the only one so close to us. But if I find another one, you best believe I'll put you on the right track.
You let me know.
All
Let me
right.
know.
All right.
Dingle turns invisible.
wait. Tangle turns invisible, but there's a bump. but he doesn't do it where anybody else can see it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, good job.
That's fantastic. Sweet. And when he sees he's talking to you, and then he sees past a ways that you're back, and he says, "Oh, thank the gods you're back."
I'm back.
He says, "I'm sick of this shit." He says, Xeris, there's Xeris wanted to meet with the captains. Well, I've been put in Derek's place
Oh god.
until
Yeah.
I want no part of it.
Yeah.
You hear
Okay.
me?
Okay. Yeah. I got it. From here on out,
Are you good to go?
you do your research.
Yeah.
I'll do the things that you were doing that you
Fantastic.
hate. All right. Don't worry.
Okay. And so he kind of tells you where they're going to kind of have this little meetup. And maybe in another day or two kind of passes while you're here. Is there anything else you want to do, or anyone you want to talk to during that time, or just kind of status quo stuff, or?
I'm gonna get myself a really good steak.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just a really
Dragon
good
rare.
steak.
The dragon steak. Yeah.
Just whatever. I mean, like if I could get a piece of that dragon, it's just like some nice
tenderloin.
tenderloin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Done.
Good.
Absolutely
All
done. Yeah.
right. I
'cause
feel like that's gonna raise my.
you've been
morale.
surviving on like ratkin food.
Yeah, which is less tasty than most.
It's
foods.
a lot of
Nothing but
like
cheese.
yes, cheese just bound up.
Cheese and
It's a bit
seeds.
cheese and like a underground root vegetables, tubers,
Yeah.
mushrooms and stuff, and
It's been rough.
it has been
I
rough.
could use a steak.
It's not your steady diet.
Dragon steak, cow steak, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. So nom noms. Is there anything else you're wanting to do? Feel good?
No, I think I'm good.
I love that dragon whip, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
That's gonna be fun.
I take a quick look at it.
Another
and
quick
I
note,
throw up
it's
a
like
little
a
bit in
whip.
my mouth because that looks so wrong that
Yeah.
it should not be arranged.
And it
that way.
retracts. It retracts like the whip when you don't need it.
Yeah,
So,
that's sweet.
I say, if at all possible, just only wear it when we're fighting. Okay, it's just because it's really off-putting. I'm gonna tell Wadsworth that too because he
Well,
should have
Dangle's
made
wearing this all the time.
yeah, Daniel's not taking this off.
It's a dragon head at the end
It's
of
a
his
dragon,
arm.
yeah.
He's always wearing
There's
it.
the teeth on the gauntlet. There's still
It's just
the mouth on it. So you're picking up your steak, forking it with the eating it off the dragon's tooth.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
just
Hell
trying
yeah.
to enjoy my steak. That's all. Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to get used
And
to
you're
it.
eating it like this, like like pulling the meat off the teeth and just like looking at watching picture the whole time. But, yeah,
Thanks for
awesome. But the eyes, that was just too perfect.
All right.
So you go to this meeting.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things on the agenda. I think you meet up in a forest kind of hideout, the same way that you guys had established like a cave hideout. There's a forest hideout that's pretty central on the continent.
Is Derek showing up at all for this, or?
He could if you want him to come along with you.
I feel like I
But
need to
you
bring
can
him
bring him
along
along.
just to get him back into that, you know.
He's a little like burnt out and disinterested with jumping right back into the captain's role.
Yeah, I'm just looking to get him ambient, you know.
Yeah, but you maybe talk to him about like, hey man,
Gotta get you back on your feet.
we've especially with you kind of know going into this, they're going to talk about this changeling.
Yeah.
They
Who
hadn't
knows?
they hadn't experienced this before.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good point. You talk him into it. He's a little reluctant at first,
Yeah.
but he's kind of like patient zero.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you bring him along. And this is, you're used to seeing squads of like 4-man squads. That's been the Dread Sentinels kind of method.
Yeah.
Small squads that are independent operated and that can move quick. Guerrilla tactics, very tactical. And this is the biggest squad you've ever seen. It's a 12-man squad
Okay.
that has locked down this big swath of the forest. And it's kind of 4 meetings like this, right? So there's a lot of traps, a lot of hideaway kind of. There's a tunnel network in here,
Okay.
here too underneath the forest. But I think once you get there, it's a little bit of like a Robin Hood kind of feel.
Yeah.
One of the guys brings you in, sits you down, and you kind of come to this underground, a little bit like the Ratkin, but to your height and proportions.
Okay.
There's little magical torches that have lit like a great hall, and Xeris can talk to you, but he's not here.
Okay.
And so all the captains, that are kind of in this area, there's a good like 2 or 3 dozen just captains
Oh wow.
that are here.
Okay.
And you all realize you're hearing Xeris at the same time, and he says, we've come across a very concerning situation. He says, Victor, Derek, do you want to explain to the other captains?
So they're using changelings and replacing leadership. At least in Derek's case, he had been taken prisoner and was replaced by a changeling who we were able to tell eventually somewhat, that there was something fishy going on. Their tactics are delayed tactics, diverting to other things rather than going and attacking the main objective that we want to take care of. So something to be looking out for is delay tactics like that.
So one of the captains speaks up, and she says, "How did you figure this out? What tipped you off?"
We actually ended up going and attacking a base and found Derek himself. And
So she
that
says,
was
so there
the final
there were no
straw.
signs leading up to that. Then you're just lucky you found the real Derek. That's what uncovered all this.
Yeah.
Huh.
We were on a mission to take out a brother-sister duo of vampires, part of the Brotherhood of Blood, and we happened upon their second base of sorts, I think it was.
Yeah. So another one of the captains speaks up, and he says, "Do you know how many of these changelings there are?"
No way to tell. I mean, it'd be great if we had some sort of way to break through their facade. I don't know. We've been working hard to find out what that would be, but since we've killed this black dragon, Wadsworth has been kind of retasked with.
And it comes to your mind when they were fighting the. So they filled you in on this. Ben knows, but Victor didn't know. But when they were fighting Dangle, I think when Dangle cut up the changeling, it bled blue.
blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
And he has previously told you that.
I've been briefed.
You can relay that. That
Yes.
I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
I can only assume Dangle's not invited to this meeting.
yeah. Well, just Dangle.
Not
It is
not
kind of
Dangle's
just a
favorite
captain's
recipe.
thing. I mean, really, Derek kind of was. He's not really a captain right now, but he's relevant to the discussion.
Yeah. So, there's the possibility of doing a test. Anybody that denies the test would be put under suspicion. Anybody that accepts the test would bleed
Mm-hmm.
a small amount just to find out what's in them.
You need to look at all of your blood.
Need your blood.
All your blood, yeah. So you.
Not because of a vampire. I didn't say that.
So the first captain that was.
Drooling a little bit.
Yeah, I just need some of your blood. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yep. So the first captain that was talking to you comes up, and she pulls out one of her daggers, and
Go ahead.
she does nothing terrible, but just a
Yep.
little slice on the forearm,
Yep.
and red blood.
Red blood.
Yep. And boy does it look good. You,
Oh man, you cut me more than I thought. I don't want it to drip all over the place.
yeah. And so she nods her head. She flips the dagger around and hands it to you, and she's cool. And so
Is she gonna be a vampire now?
I give it a good wipe down.
over the
Trading
collar,
needles.
over the collar.
You know what? We got some cross contamination.
You turn every Dread Sentinels captain into a vampire. No, it doesn't happen. It only happens if you're bitten. It's magic. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. They go.
Are you saying I've got AIDS?
It's a type of
Bloodborne disease?
It's a blood-borne, bite-transmitted disease. It fits certain criteria. They go, down the line, and a few of them. Every time one comes up and passes, they kind of off to one side of the room, and then as it's dwindling down, there comes a time when there's maybe like, a little more than a dozen left. And like 4 or 5 of them gate out. You just rip a door out of nowhere from their hands, and they're gated out. They're just disappeared.
It goes pretty deep, as you can see.
Right. And so the ones that did remain, obviously, you go through, but hey, everybody's cool. The first captain that talked to you, she is kind of rubbing her head again now, and she's thinking, and she says, so she's like, this is good for us right now to be able to keep on talking, but if they can shapeshift, they're going to shapeshift. They could shapeshift a scar as easy as they could shapeshift a whole body. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
So she's kind of trying to get her head around. She's like, how are we going to know going forward? This is not a one and done situation. We can never.
And it's not
guarantee.
sustainable either. We can't just keep cutting ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She says, she says, you met one before. Do you think you can hunt one down again? Do you think you could capture it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could do that.
She says, do that.
Okay.
I think it would be important.
I think what we're going to have to work on now is just finding who those 4 were that just left. I'm sure you know their names. I'm kind of new here.
Yeah. So between Xeris and kind of some other, not every captain has dealings with every other single captain, but they figure out who it was and jot their names down, and like immediately maybe like half of the captains are kind of on their collars talking to their teams.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of teams that are now like mobilized to go and extract the 4 squads that they know are something's up.
Okay.
So they are just somewhere it's hitting the fan. Like in 4, like let's say there's 4 of them, right? Then 4 different locations, they try to gang up. I mean, it's like shock and awe. They have like at least 5 or 6 squads that go in to each one of the places just to kind of ransack it, just overpower it, and flush the changeling out and extract people who aren't, who are legit Dread Sentinels, and to absorb them into other safe areas. So I'm sure a couple people die in that process, but that's kind of going on. There's like a little pan. There's a fade. You see like some fight scenes.
We need to look in the offices of those commanders or captains, and
Yeah,
we
and
need to find
absolutely.
any inkling of where they might have gone since they've portaled out.
And that's absolutely kind of part of the extraction protocol.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a little bit, maybe it's a little easier than that because the captains that were there would have gated out. Maybe a couple of them try to get back and cause as much harm as they can.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the real fighting is. But I think maybe two of them, the squads go and ransack it, but they're not there. They just bailed.
So if we can get an idea of where they went, we can start doing raiding parties on those locations, and hopefully we'll find the original captain if they're not dead, and we'll check to see if they're real. The only problem is they're gonna know that we're gonna want to check them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they try to fake us out, that they know that it won't work.
Yeah. And so now, Zara says, well, this is going to be, I believe, an ongoing problem for us, but we'll maybe meet again. He says, everybody think about, try to think of whatever you can, something that might be an effective solution to this problem. He says, until then, be very wary of each other even. He says, I hate to make you guys question each other, but
I think
we can't
need
take this risk.
some sort of authentication.
Every time you meet another
I hate to say like code word.
You gotta open your email,
Right.
send something to your phone, you gotta go to the phone.
Need my one-time
get your
code,
one-time
passcode, yep.
Yep.
My Google Authenticator.
Yeah. But he says now we're safe to talk about the second matter that I want to discuss with you guys. And one of the captains, who's clearly also a wizard, brings on there's a magical floating disc, and Catalina's staked corpse is on it.
Oh, good.
And he brings her in, and so Zara says, well, now that we've dealt with that, he says, what are we going to do about this?
And I don't know, how far did Wadsworth get with doing any testing for a cure for...
He hasn't been able to figure it out. Part of the trouble is, these were not just vampires, they were like vampire demon hybrids.
Yeah.
Demonic
and for me, they're
vampire
vampires.
demons. Yeah. What's that?
They're vampires.
So his difficulty is it's not just that vampiric component.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little bit of a new strain, if you will, and it's not clear what or if there is a cure, at least from his arcane means. But it's kind of always on the back burner. He's always kind of looking for information, anything he can when he's reading. But he tries to spend a lot of time right now. Like the dragon is occupying a bit of his time.
Yeah.
But every day he spends a little bit of time trying to see what he can learn about it for you.
So I guess I leave it up to the thoughts of the council. We know how to kill her completely. We killed her brother completely. But I think that it's important that we kill her where she was based. So in order for us to get back in there, we might have to fight our way in because there were gates to get in and out of that spot.
So there's a lot of back and forth. Some of the captains that you were talking to just feel like, why are we taking this risk on top of the changeling risk? Like if they've infiltrated us, they know. Like, well, then they say they stop and they kind of go, well, this was this vampire was captured under your watch. Does the changeling know about it?
The changeling's dead, isn't it? No, it got away. The changeling got away. It did know about it.
Like, get in the game!
Sorry, damn it. The changeling did not know about her. Otherwise, I think that
Are you 100% sure?
I can't be. We weren't there 100% of the time that she was. But I think Wadsworth could speak to the security of how she was stored.
Okay. So there's a lot of debate, kind of back and forth. They spend like a good half hour,
Yeah.
kind of arguing different points from different sides, and eventually I think they come to like a vote. Their vote is to either secure her with a larger squad like the one that you're at right now, but not in this place because there were changelings that were here that gated out.
Yeah.
And the other option is to destroy her right now. On this matter, how do you vote?
Restore her.
Yeah.
We want to keep her.
It narrowly passes. She ends up Xeris. They take a vote, and Xeris says, "Okay, this is it. This is done. He assigns the captain to for their squad to just guard her.
I think
a larger squad.
Part of the requirement for the squad is that they be cut every day. At the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
of their
Oh.
shift, they need to do a blood test.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, there's
we'll find a nice clean way to do it.
There
but
are
it won't
many
be-
many systems. There's the little
Yeah.
little glucose check.
Yeah, diabetes thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many layers of security that are going to need to be
Okay.
implemented.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best captains and the toughest squads, and someone that can be trusted with. All the captains are in agreement that this squad can be trusted with this assignment.
Sweet.
Some of them still wish that they didn't have to worry about it, but if this is what it's going to be, and they're not going to, once this vote has been made and Xeris said this is what we're doing, there's no dissent about it.
Okay.
And so she's stored, she's put in cryo.
So do they keep the stake in her, or are they finding
yeah.
another way to?
Nope, the stake right now, the stake is what is stabilizing her and
Yeah.
keeping her in this condition. And so they keep her staked and just put her behind lock and key many times.
Okay.
And like you said, a lot of different layers of security for the people that are
Yeah.
guarding her. So cool. So you know how to get in touch with the person who could get you back to the body.
Yeah.
But you don't know where the body is.
Okay.
Um,
That's probably for the best.
yeah, and nobody does
Yeah.
except for that
Except
squad.
for that squad. Yep.
So I think that was the only two major points of like, hey, we all need to talk about this that the captains kind of wanted to counsel about. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning, but it's kind of dismissed and everybody kind of heads out.
I ask them where the HR department is because I want to make sure that relationships within the rank are acceptable in our company. Just want to make sure all of our bases are covered as far as that whole thing goes.
Are you talking to Xeris?
Yeah.
Well, Xeris says, well, this is Victor. That's why I made you a captain.
Okay.
If that's your squad, that's up to you.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Make him fill out a bunch of forms. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
Big stack.
Big old stack.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fabricate some real legalese. They're gonna hate it. They gotta read every word out loud to me,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna sit there and smile.
Okay. So, you kind of come back. You all kind of rally up at the dragon's kind of point, or the little lair hideout that we had.
Anybody else want one?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can do
Yeah,
that.
hook me up.
Thanks, sir.
All right. So, Xeris,
So yeah.
what kind of direction do we have for our next mission? I'm looking to you to point us towards the first captain's
He says,
base of operations.
Yeah, Xeris says, this is something that we needed to bring in front of all the captains because we all have to be on the same page about this. He says, but ever since this incident, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he says, in some ways, I have my top divination wizard on this.
Yeah.
He says, I'd like for you to meet and do some investigating, I guess, in a sense. Again, this is one of the best wizards in our company, and he's found out, he's divined a few different locations that we have determined to be prisoner compounds.
Yeah.
Not too unlike the one where you first discovered real Derek. And I love that we keep calling it fake Derek.
I know, right?
It's like, and now that the changeling's gone and it's just Derek, he's like, why does everybody call me real Derek?
It's not helping me recover.
It's just Derek, okay? He's like, I've been through a lot. He says there are a few locations. He says, we want you to go in. We want you to extract every prisoner that you can. He says if there have been other Dread Sentinels that have been changed and replaced, he says it's our only lead right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives you a location. He says this is an extraction mission. Any information that you can find is obviously a high priority.
Okay.
So that probably people is going to be our best bet, but keep your eyes peeled.
Oh.
Everybody watch your blood.
And watch your blood.
Watch your blood.
I do let him know about my Red King allies, just so that they, if they notice some rat can follow me around, they don't think that it's some,
Yeah,
hostile spy or something like that.
It's actually something to where he kind of knows about them. He knows about them like the same way that somebody may have information on like the wildlife in an area.
Okay.
He goes, oh, he says, I knew that they were. He says, you think they can be? He's not, belittling you or anything. But he says, if it's something you want to pursue, he says, if you can make them, if you think they could be valuable allies, and he says, go for it. But
okay.
It's not terribly surprising to him either. He's aware of their existence, but cool.
Cool.
He says, duly noted. All right. So, you guys can make any preparations that you feel necessary. What lies before you is the stronghold of said extraction mission.
Mm.